Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today's video is going to be a really fun summer treat video, but before I get into it, I just wanted to say that this is a part of a summer treat collaboration, and I will have a link in the description box below to the playlist where you can go to there and take a look at all of the wonderful women's treats that they're sharing with you. I also want to thank those who have put this collaboration together, and it's a few of them, so I'm going to read it to make sure I don't miss anybody. But Southern Farm and Kitchen, The Dickinson Homestead, Taylor Elmore, Jess and the Boys, and Southern Wife Everyday Life have put this together. So thanks guys so much for doing that and allowing me to be a part of this. So if you're coming because of that collaboration and through the playlist, welcome to my channel. I would love it if you would consider subscribing. I love to do recipe videos along with some DIYs and decorating when the need arises, as well as some like usually weekend vlogs, or not always just the weekend, but typically the weekend vlogs because I like to vlog with my husband. So if you're interested, I would love to have you stick around and subscribe. So for my recipe, I'm gonna be making what I'm calling is graham cracker ice cream sandwiches, because I don't know what else to call them. I don't think there's a name. I think they may have been made up by someone in my husband's family, but I really don't know. So instead of me describing them to you, I'm just gonna show you. Let's get started. So the ingredient list is super simple. You're gonna need graham crackers, which you can do any kind. I got some chocolate and some cinnamon ones, but you could also just do the regular honey ones, and some whipped cream. I usually would have done the tub, but I have lots of this on hand, so I'm doing this, and it would probably be good with homemade whipped cream as well. In fact, it would be probably very good with that. And I did pull out some mini chocolate chips just to add in a variation. So yeah, this is basic, but trust me, these are really, really good. Okay, so I just took a cookie sheet and put wax paper on it just so I don't have to wash this cookie sheet when I'm done. Dumping the crumbs off there. Here, we're gonna just break them in half. I'm gonna do 4 all together, 2 for each, my husband and I. For the cinnamon ones, I'm gonna, actually for all of them, I'm gonna put the like sugary side or the cinnamon side and the inside, just to make it a little bit neater to eat. So I have the extra creamy, but like I said, I've always normally done it with just like the tub of whipped topping. Oops, gotta flip this one over. All right, I'm gonna add a few mini chocolate chips to the chocolate one. And I'll just have to eat those. It's easier to eat them than put them back in the bag. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more on top to make sure the top graham cracker sticks because of the chocolate chips. Squish it, but not too far. All right, we're just gonna put them in the freezer. They do not take very long to freeze, and I'll show you when we're all done. So here they are. Whoop, that one's stuck. Here they are. They were in the freezer longer than they needed to be, but we just waited till after dinner, and I'm gonna eat them. So that's really all there is to it. It's kind of not even really a recipe. You just kind of put a couple things together, but these are really good, really easy, inexpensive, low calorie, whatever. And you could do a lot of different things with them if you wanted. You could mix in like different toppings or sprinkles or chocolate syrup, caramel syrup, whatever into the whipped cream before making these little sandwiches if you wanted to have like a variety in different flavors. But just the plain honey graham crackers along with whipped topping is really good as well. You want to eat these pretty much straight out of the freezer because they will begin to thaw kind of quickly. They're not too hard to eat straight from the freezer. I've even made these ahead of time and just once they're frozen, take them off the cookie sheet and put them in like a Ziploc bag, like a freezer bag. And I don't know that I would keep them for long, but you know, you could certainly maybe keep them for a couple of days. So anyways, that's it. I'm going to go in and eat this. All right, for our next summer treat here, I'm gonna make a Snicker Apple Salad, and I planned on making this a while ago, and since then the Snickers I had have been consumed. So I'm going to be modifying this a little bit, but I will have the recipe linked below. You're gonna need some heavy whipping cream and powdered sugar to make some homemade whipped topping, cream cheese that has been softened, and I'm gonna use these caramel M&Ms and some peanuts and just chop them up in place of the Snickers. I think that'll work. I was just gonna use mini chocolate chips, but my husband suggested these. So I think that's gonna give the general idea. I've got 7 apples, and then it calls for caramel sauce, and you could just use regular caramel sauce. I was looking for something that didn't have certain ingredients and I was struggling. So I found this, but I think this will work. I don't even see a kind, but I'm assuming it's like an apple topping because it's got pictures of apples. So I figured that should work. So that's what we're going to use. And yeah, let's get to it. So I'm just cutting up my apples into bite-sized pieces and throwing them into a bowl. And then the recipe didn't say to do this, but I'm squeezing some fresh lemon juice on them just to keep them from browning. I don't know if maybe the other ingredients would help keep them from browning, but I had them on hand and I just decided to do this just to be sure. And so if you were doing it by the recipe, you would just be chopping up your Snickers bars into bite-sized pieces, but I am chopping up my caramel M&Ms kind of into quarters and then just roughly chopping up some salted peanuts as well. All right, so we've got our chopped up apples with a little bit of lemon juice, and we're gonna add in our little makeshift Snickers. This to me looks like, I don't know, close enough. And I don't know the amount, but we're just gonna guess on that. See if it looks good. If not, I will chop up some more. I think that's good. We're gonna drizzle, or we're gonna add some more on top, so I will chop up some more for the topping. But I think that looks good. All right, now on to the rest of it. So I've got an 8-ounce block of cream cheese that I have left out and just let that get softened at room temperature. And I'm just mashing that up with a fork. Very easy to do if you do let your cream cheese get soft. And then we're making homemade whipped cream. So I've got 1 cup of heavy whipping cream and a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. Just beating that until whipped cream forms. I do that in a larger measuring cup. That way I can measure and mix in the same dish just to save me a little bit on dishes. And then once that's all combined, or once the whipped cream is made, you're going to combine that with the cream cheese by just folding that in. And the recipe said to do it a little bit at a time. And so that's what I did. And it is easier, I think, to combine it well. And then you're going to fold that into the apple and candy mixture. Once that's all done, I'm going to add in my apple topping. This is when you would be using your caramel topping, which I would really enjoy the taste of it. This tasted really, really good. I had no complaints from those who I served it to, but the caramel would be a nice touch. And now I'm just adding it to the dish, I guess, that I'm going to be serving it in. And then I'm going to sprinkle on some more chopped up candies and nuts. Or in the regular recipe case, this would be just the Snickers. And then adding on a little bit more of that topping. This not only looks delightful, but it tastes amazing. All right, and here it is, my Snickers apple salad, which I guess is an M&M apple salad. I don't know, but there it is. This looks delicious. I have a feeling my nephews are gonna think I'm the coolest for bringing this with candy in it. All right, guys, so that's it for today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That really does help me out. Say hello in the comments if you are new here, and consider hitting that red subscribe button so that you don't miss out on my future videos. I want to thank once again all of the ladies who put together this collaboration. It was a lot of fun. And don't forget to go to the description box and click on the playlist so that you can check out all of the wonderful summer treat ideas. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.